we're going to be creating a four-sided pyramidal figure. The figure is a diagram or pictorial illustration of textual matter or bodily shape or form. It is a form. It is a four-sided pyramid. Okay, we're going to be working with our standards. I think the standard refine and complete artistic work. And we're going to reflect, refine, and revise our work. And our performance standards reflect on, re-engage, revise, and refine works of art or design considering relevant traditional and contemporary criteria as well as personal artistic vision. And our warm-up questions to provoke our thought is, where is Rome? I'm talking about Rome, Italy. Where is Rome, Italy in the world? What is a place you associate with pyramids? Where is that place? What is the symbolism of a pyramid? Why were pyramids built? So, our background for this is that we are creating a pyramid along the lines of the pyramid of Cestius. Gaius Cestius was a member of the Apollonius Religious Corporation, and this pyramid was built as a tomb for Gaius Cestius. Here is the tomb of Gaius Cestius, this pyramid, and it's still in Rome to this day. It's over 2,000, probably 30 years old. This is his burial chamber over here. And essentially, this pyramid was 100 feet at its base and stands 125 feet tall in Roman feet. And so I use the same ratio instead. So I'm using quarters in 100. I have four inches. And since it is 5 inches tall, it is 125 Roman feet tall, I use 5 inches. That'll be 5 quarters. All right, so we're still working with the concepts of Sol LeWitt. He used lines, geometric solids, ratios, patterns, formulas, and permutations to create his modern structures and wall paintings. What you're going to do is you need to create a drawing first. And you're going to create a four-sided pyramid with 9x12 paper, each with different face. Lines will be drawn 1/4 inch apart. The lines will be in this order in each side of your pyramid: horizontal lines, diagonal lines, vertical lines, and chevron lines. Your triangle will be 4 inches at its base and 5 inches high. Create your triangle templates of a 4 inch by 5 inch high triangle and cut out exactly on your 9x12 paper. Measure up 2 inches on the horizontal and draw a horizontal line. Measure to the middle of the paper on the horizontal 6 inch and run a line vertically. Place your triangle template with its apex at the middle point and the 2 inch by 6 inch convergence with one side of the triangle hugging the middle line. Draw a triangle using the outline of your template. Repeat this process 3 more times to the right and to the left. You will have 4 sides drawn. Draw out your lines on the paper in each triangle so you will know where to impress your lines when you go to impress your clay. Impress your lines in your clay at 1/4 inch increments using your flat edge tool, just as they are in the drawing you just made. Bevel your edges and score and slip your 4 sides together at each corner. Refine your impressed lines and make sure your corners are sharp. Let this dry out a bit, and then go back to the pyramid and clean up your lines and sponge it to smooth out any discrepancies. When done, take 2 photographs of each of the 2 faces, as in the example. So here you have your 4 inch by 5 inch piece that you're going to cut out, which is your first triangle. This is your piece of paper, 2 inches up from the bottom, and you make a horizontal line, and then you go 6 inches in here, 6 inches in, put a mark, draw a vertical line. This is your a little center point where you're going to put your apex of your triangle on. There it is. That's the intersection right there. And you're going to draw this all out. Then you are going to draw in 1/4 inch increments where your lines would be that you're going to impress into your clay. And you're going to draw this onto the clay or onto the paper. And then you're going to cut this out, and then you're going to use this as a template to cut your clay out and also use the triangle you had. And so now you will know where everything goes when you go to do it. This is what it should look like. These are little chevron lines here, and then these are the other lines that you would put in there. These are diagonal lines, and you have straight straight line. You're going to have vertical lines and horizontal lines in there. Okay, when you're done, submit as period number, last name, first name, SLC 6. Example 1, Doe Jane, SLC 6. Assignment is worth 1 point. Assignments are due at the end of class. Photographs should be submitted as a PDF file made using Google Slides. And you have your rubric. And please follow every direction as followed to the fullest. And do this, because if you do it, you will actually get a good result. Neatness. Completed work. Artwork is exceptionally neat. And work habits. Students worked the entire period with superior focus and did not need reminders to stay on task. And expectations. Student has exceeded expectations of his or her ability. So the first thing you're going to need to do is make a 4-inch by 5-inch tall triangle. And so I came in about 7/8 of an inch from here. It doesn't matter where you start, as long as you have your point here, that's 0, and it goes to 4 inches. Now you need to measure it by half, right? That's 2 inches. 2 inches. I put a mark over here, 2 inches. Then I measured out from the side what my dimension was, and it was about 2 and 13/16. And so I measured out 2 and 13/16 here, and I put another mark. And then I had my center line. So then I ran a line and I made a center line here. Once you have your center line, you can go up to 5 inches and measure 5 inches. Okay, there you go. You measure your 5 inches there. You got 5 inches. Right? Then, and so you put your mark up here. Then you take your ruler at your mark over here, and you draw your line from this side, and then you do the same thing over here, and you draw your line. Having drawn my lines, then you can use your scissor to cut this out. Cut, 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 cut. Okay, now I use an X-Acto blade because I use an X-Acto knife because that was even more precise. Now you have your triangle. Now on a 9x12 piece of paper, I now take my measuring device and I measured 2 inches to here. And then I came down here and I measured another 2 inches over there. Then I took my device and I made a line that goes across. And so I have this line at 2 inches. Then I measured, since this is exactly 12 inches, I measured 6 inches over to 6. And I measured 6 inches over to here to 6. And then I ran a line up the middle. And I ran a line. I drew a line. Now I take this, which is an exact triangle, and I'm going to put it over here like this. I'm going to start this way. Put that at the point. That goes there. And you can actually draw a line here and here, right? And I'm going to go over this with my ruler later, okay? And then I put my next one on here, okay? And it's going to be slightly off because it's not. There's no such thing as perfection here, okay? And I run my line over here out like this, okay? And just to get my line there, okay? Now, come over here with your ruler and make a beautiful line. Take your ruler, draw another beautiful line. Make sure everything's lined up beautifully. You're going to create a 4-sided pyramid, and you're going to have horizontal lines, diagonal lines, vertical lines, and zigzag lines, okay? Your lines will be 1/4 inch apart, and right now I'm taking my ruler and I'm going to be putting my horizontal lines in over here, and I'm going to start marking out 1/4 inch increments. So I've measured this out. I've eyed this to make sure I have it's at 1/4, and I've started drawing all my lines out. Right? First, okay, and so I'm continuing on to the top. So the next one should be diagonal lines. So if you're going to draw a diagonal, I'm going to find the midpoint on this, which is for 5 is 2.5. So to get your vertical line, you need to measure half, which is 2. And all you need to do is run this out like this. It's 5 inches there. You get your vertical line. I'm going to go from the middle. And then I'm going to run across from here to get my 1/4 inch. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Okay, so for your final herringbone, you will, everything's at 1/4 inch. And this is what it's got to look like. So you come up from the side here, and I'm just going to do it this way because I want to get done with it. And this is what your lines will look like when you're done. Okay, so here you have what your clay will look like with the lines in it, right? Now, you need to have this cut out so that you can actually see and mark on your clay where everything is supposed to go. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to cut that out. Just to come in from the side here, I'm going to cut in from the side. Okay, cutting in from the side here. Okay. And cutting to there. And then I'm going to cut over here like this. I have this section here. Now I can put a piece of tape on here right over there. And I put a piece of tape on the back. Why not, right? So I have it there. And then I just take this and I join it up like this. Okay. And now my tape is on there. And I have my template. And I can place this down on my clay. And you have this now to use to remember where you're going to put all of your lines and where they should go. And you can use these little lines here to help you when you go and press down with your tool. Now I have already made a template. I'm going to be making my thing, so I want to see if everything's going to fit on here because I've already cut this out to where it's going to be. Okay, so, and I need to, and I'm going to use my straight edge when I do this, right? And then I'm going to get my tool here And just going to run this across like this because I got my straight line here. I get a good measurement, right? Things in there. I come over here with my triangle that I've already made, and I'm going to put it on here, and I keep putting it on here and running my lines out so I know exactly where to put things, because you're going to have different kinds of lines on here. There you go. Oh, made a mistake there. Bad. Okay. If you have a mistake, fix that. Fix that. Okay, so actually this does not matter. This is not part of your thing when you do this. Okay, so I'm going to take this off of here, and now I'm going to cut this with my special tool. This is my special tool. And this, I'm going to use this. How about I use this to cut this piece and to get these, well, before I do that, well, I want to make sure everything is straight here. So let's just make sure things are straight. I can actually cut this now, and we can go and put our lines in here. I'm just going to do it. This is to be horizontal. This is to be diagonal. This is to be vertical. And this is to be a, we're going to do just a little herringbone thing here, because that's each one of these needs to have a beveled edge. This is how you bevel your edge. You come in on an angle and you cut away at a 45-degree angle. This is how you do it. Okay, flip this side. The bottom does not need to be beveled. There you go. That is a beveled edge. Do you see that? That's a beveled edge that has an angle on it. You can see the angle. You will score and slip all of this, and you do it all at once before you do anything else. Then you join them together. Okay, so I've got all these beveled, so I'm going to score them with my tool. There's many tools you can use. You can use a fork. Okay, score everything before you do anything. Okay, now I'm going to take my slip here, and I'm putting my slip, and I'm going to butter this with slip. Okay, now all of these have been buttered, and they're ready to go and be joined together. So I take this one. Okay, the order is supposed to be horizontal first, horizontal, and then diagonal. So this goes horizontal, this goes diagonal. All right, so put that on there like that. All right, mush that together nicely and gently together. So I've mushed this together nicely and gently. Okay, a little bit, pinch it a little bit. Okay, bring it around, look at it. It looks pretty good on the inside there. How about that? And I'm going to come in like this with my thing and kind of make a nice little seam in there. Okay, and now I'm going to put my next one on, which would be my vertical. Okay, I'm going to put this on here so I don't damage my work as I'm working on it. okay? So I can move it around easily. Okay, now I'm going to come here. This side looks a little weird. I'm going to fix that. It's clay. You can go and make it look better. Now I'm refining this. Okay. I want to get all my lines. I don't want any middle lines or anything like that in there. Okay. And I can use the end of my little skewer to do this.